In today's episode, we are going to be talking about Zilliqa, Avalanche, Uniswap, Yearn Finance, REN protocol, plus a whole lot of different things. So we've got some exciting information, and right now the current price of Bitcoin is around 11,399. Let me just refresh that real quick. All right, so the price is 11,376. However, we are beginning to sort of go up in value, and a lot of people are expecting the price of Bitcoin to drop way below 11,000 because we have like a CME gap right between 11,110 all the way to 11,250. But you have to remember that these markets are completely manipulated, so you can't really know exactly what's really going to happen. And I have been talking about the open interest for a very long period of time, and if we take a look at the BTC open interest, right now we are extremely low, and the current open interest is around 36,000 BTC. So it obviously makes much more sense for the price to pump in contrast to the price dropping down. So that's just something that I want to put out there because this is very, very important. And from a historical point of view, right, ever since we were this low, right, the lowest that we were was actually in the March, or rather during the March crash, when the price of Bitcoin was around 3,852, and the open interest at that particular time got to about 50,000. So can you imagine? We have a scenario where the price of BTC can end up super pumping hard, provided nothing really drastic and dramatic happens to the traditional markets. Now, right now, I'm just trying to be open-minded because I don't want to, I do not want to have like a bias. You see, having a bias is really going to mess up your trades, because you're going to be in denial and you're just going to be like one-sided, and that is very, 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 very bad. I do accept the fact that the price of Bitcoin might drastically drop all the way to 9,000, 7,000, even 5,000. But whenever that time comes, we are going to readjust our trades and just be flexible. So right now, it really seems like we are getting a little bit of redemption, especially from the smaller point time frame, because we have had like a 0.4% increase in the past 1 hour, and I really believe that maybe we might have like a slight push, perhaps 11,450 in the next coming few hours. Remember, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Whatever you do, please do your own due diligence, because all the thoughts and opinions that I give are usually valid for the next 24 to 48 hours maximum, because I am a day trader. And don't count on me to have like very good opinions and long-term type of predictions, because I am a short-term type of analyst. So anyhow, looking at Zilliqa, we're still right below 2 cents, and we are with regards to Avalanche, right, Avax $4.14, Uniswap is still around $3.06, which is very good. Yearn Finance, which I'm very, very interested in, is around 15,000. So guys, please do not get fooled about this particular high value, because the price is like higher than BTC. That's obviously due to the fact that the circulating supply is pretty small, and it is easily manipulatable, if I can put it that way. So this is one of the reasons why this particular cryptocurrency is having such a high value. And I'm going to be trading Yearn Finance for the next 24 to 48 hours. So you better listen to what I'm going to tell you. So REN protocol is a very good decentralized finance type of coin, and it is around 37 cents. Now, today's main video is obviously going to be concentrating on Yearn Finance and the potential that we have to make at least a decent 18 to 20 or even 30% profit in the next coming 24 to 48 hours. Not financial advice. Please do not follow this trade. Do not participate in this trade, because you're going to get wrecked, because you obviously didn't buy the bottom. So just observe what's going to happen to the price, and then I don't know, this is just documenting this journey. So please do not participate in this particular trade. But there's one thing that I really want to share with you guys. So as you can see right over here, right, from a grand scheme of things, especially in the midterm to short-term time frame, right, we obviously had like a nasty correction with regards to Yearn Finance. And obviously if we switch to the daily time frame, right, this thing has been you know, it's been crazy. It has been killed like crazy, and obviously this is a very blatant head and shoulders, and it obviously came back to its initial pumping era right over here, and this particular area seems to be the recent support. Of course, if the traditional markets end up crashing, right, we might end up just plunging to the downside. Okay, that is very possible, but sometimes trading is all about possibilities and just minimizing the risk. So there's something that really happened a few hours ago that I was looking at. If you take a look at this buying volume right over here, right, this really changes the whole game in terms of the trajectory. I mean, the short-term trajectory of Yearn Finance, because I have been observing this particular structure right over here, and it seems we have at this particular moment, it seems we have found some support like right around the 13,900 area to 14,000. So if you guys didn't really happen to buy in around this particular area, because I got in around this area, full disclosure, full disclaimer, I got in around this area, so I have a very good tight stop loss. So my stop loss is around 14,477. So in case you guys are wondering, like, why does he have a stop loss on top of his entry? Because I want to safeguard my profits, because I entered right around the you know, I dollar cost average in between 13,900 all the way up to about 14,150. okay, so that's this was my average buy in dollar costing dollar DCA type of area. Okay, so right now I'm actually in profit, and I wouldn't recommend anybody to buy these super high prices, okay, because you guys are going to be getting exposed to high amount of risk, and this thing is extremely volatile. However, if we're going to end up even going to test this particular area at 15,750, or even this particular high at 17,410, then this could be like very good juicy profits for the people who are going to be entering like way below this particular threshold. However, it is obviously a very risky trade for a lot of people out there. So if you're able to like sort of get in within this particular, you know, box, and then we continue having this bullish momentum, then potentially you might be able to like ride all the way up to around 17,410, because this is where we are having this amount of resistance right over here. And if we take a look at the percentage, right, in terms of profit, right, that's like around 13% from now. Okay, obviously coming from the bottom, that is obviously going to give us, for the people who entered it a little bit earlier, I think about a 20 to about 30% profit right over there, which is very good. Now, the reason why I am so super convicted and convinced at the price of REN, if the traditional markets don't do anything crazy, right? This is one of the reasons why you need to have like a stop loss, like ASAP. You need to have a stop loss, because without a stop loss, you can easily lose everything that you have. Okay, so if the markets continue being this good, especially with regards to BTC, then we might potentially see some higher prices. And I really think that we can have the same trajectory like REN protocol. So right now we are looking at REN USDT. If you take a look at REN USDT, right, it obviously also got crashed, just like the way Yearn Finance got crashed. So if we take a look at the 4 hour, right, it just recently sort of had this amazing pump to the upside. And if you take a look at what has been happening with regards to the pump, right, this is what we had right over here from the bottom. Boom, pumped, and then had that particular correction. So there were a lot of volatility moments where you guys could actually capitalize short, long, until that particular exhaustion was reached. And if we switch over to the daily, right, so looking at the daily, it sort of had like a similar pattern, but not really as dramatic as Yearn Finance. So if you take a look at this, right, it obviously got crashed as well. I don't really think this is like a head and shoulders. I think that was like a like a double top, and then it sort of crashed. Well, we can say it's like slightly resembling a head and shoulders type of pattern, but it's a very crazy one. Okay, so yeah, that was the right shoulder, and then boom, we ended up sort of correcting there. And then after we found this particular bottom, right, the price did move up by about that was more than 100%, 137%. Can you imagine, since 25th September? Okay, I have a theory. A lot of high yield type of cryptocurrencies, right? Because decentralized finance are equivalent to the high yield bonds, the HYG, right? So a lot of them have been doing tremendously well for the past few weeks. Okay, the past few days have been pretty amazing for like a lot of different DeFi projects. So are we starting to transition into another cycle with regards to price discovery? Because I mean, like, having 137 price increment like in a matter of weeks is super crazy for me, and this barely happened. This was barely noticed by a lot of people. I bet you a lot of people, I bet you probably didn't even notice that there was a coin that pumped about 137%. Okay, because the low of this particular downtrend was around 15 cents, and then it just shot all the way up. Now it's trading around 37 cents, almost 40 cents. That's pretty crazy. So I'm really hoping that Yearn Finance is obviously going to have the same trajectory in case the prices are not really going to be affected by the traditional market. So right now we are extremely at the bottom of the pyramid right over here, and I mean, there's obviously like a chance that we might end up pumping some more and just getting that momentum, but hey, nothing is really guaranteed. So I am not a financial advisor. Please do not follow this trade because it is extremely risky and we might crash anytime soon. We haven't had that nasty October correction. Moreover, next year the US is going to be having their elections and all that good stuff, so we still have a possibility of having like a nasty dump. So whatever you do, please just do your own due diligence, and please do not listen to me because I'm always wrong. 99% of the time I am always wrong. So just look at this as some experiment that you're just tagging along by just looking at the prices and verifying everything that's going to happen in the next few weeks. Okay, please do not participate in any trades, okay, because it is extremely risky. So I'm not really going to go into Zilliqa, Avalanche and Uniswap because I have really like done a lot of content about this. And I'm looking forward to like giving you some other good information which is equally powerful. So in comparison to a lot of different coins, right, I obviously decided to go with Yearn Finance as my trade because, I mean, if you look at the risk to reward ratio, I mean, it doesn't really get any better than this, guys. It doesn't get any better than this. I haven't seen anything so juicy, so pretty, so nice in a very long time. Look at that. I mean, if we get to go to the downside, right, we obviously face the risk of going to 12,000. If we end up breaking the 12,000 area, then it's going to be free fall pretty much from there. So yeah, but if you look at this particular risk, right, I mean, you have about 10% risk because we're definitely, if we end up falling to the downside, right, we're definitely going to be able to like find support here. Guaranteed. Okay, so you've got a 10% risk, right, and your reward is, I don't know, like 100%. Well, that's being over dramatic, right? Let's just put it here. Let's just be conservative. Your reward is 30% or even 75%, but let's just keep it at 30% because I do not want to be way too confident. Okay, so yeah, that's a very good risk to reward ratio right over there, and that's why I'm just going to go for this particular trade. I do have my stop losses and everything in place, so I am good to go. So anyhow, it's been your boy Muna. Talk to you guys a little bit later. Be good. God bless you. Sometimes trading is very, very frustrating, and sometimes you're just like, what the hell am I doing with my life? I'm seeing all the volatility in the markets. I can see the prices about to tank and the prices about to pump, but how come I'm just never in the right trend? Don't worry, we go through that. I go through that. As a matter of fact, recently I went through that. The past week has been crazy, so I'm not really like one of those super amazing traders who never get lost. losses. I do get losses, ladies and gentlemen. I do get frustrated as well. I also do get stressed as well. But hey, it's all about just keeping up the spirits and just learning and just improving yourself. Like whenever you have like a strategy that doesn't really work, just go back to the drawing board and just figure it out. That's how winning is done. Nobody's going to give you anything on a silver plate and just hand everything to you. You have to put in blood, sweat, tears, and probably a lot of sleepless nights, and you are most likely going to be able to like lose like a very good portion of your money before you become extremely successful and if you know, extremely proficient at trading. And I'm still going through that process. I'm still learning. I'm far from perfect, guys, so please understand this is what the game is all about. But we are here. We're just going to be able to like persevere and just do what we have to do. Anyway, let me not continue being Malcolm X or those motivational speakers. So yeah, talk to you a little bit later. Let's just observe and see what this particular trade is going to be. YFI Finance, let's get it. Yes.